Alright, what's up guys? I know this is a late video, but this is huge, okay? This could potentially be a leaked image here for Black Ops 3 Zombies DLC 3 Stalingrad, and upon looking at the image, and upon looking at stuff within the image, obviously it's blurry, but it's an in-game actual image. It's not one of these random, like, cutscene images. We actually have some sort of in-game image here, or at least potentially. It really is cool, and it also, I got so excited, because if you guys know me, a lot of my DLC 3 streams, my preparation streams that I was doing for a week or two, a couple weeks ago, I was basically saying we were talking about radiation being a huge part of DLC 3, potentially being on this nuclear based facility with a radioactive type a wonder weapon using the radioactive waste around the actual map, and this leaked image here has a perk called Radiation Rum, and I was like, no way, dude. If we predicted that, if you guys have been watching me, you guys know I've been talking about radiation being a part of DLC 3 for such a long time, and if this is actually gonna come, oh, I would honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It would be insane. So let's get started here. We're gonna go through the image. We're gonna talk about it, and yeah. So if definitely, guys, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. This is a huge video to leave a like on and show your support, because we finally potentially have something to talk about for DLC 3. Something, a leaked image or whatever this is. It's pretty cool. You can't see a lot. Like it's sort of against a wall, and you can see sort of. And we'll talk about what we're gonna see, etc. And based on the map and all that cool stuff. But it is something. At least it's some sort of first-person shot, an actual gameplay image, rather than just a random cinematic shot of some random like city or something. This is definitely a lot better, especially with the perk here. It's just so freaking cool. So yeah, basically, guys, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's try to go for 100 likes. 100 likes is fine, guys. We've been destroying the like goal. 100 likes, 300 likes, 200 likes on all these recent videos. So thank you guys so much. And guys, we need to get started here. This image is beautiful. Now, I'm gonna have a link in the description because it could potentially be legit a part of DLC 3, and I do not want Activision to walk up to my house and sort of arrest me and do all that insane stuff. No, but they'll copyright me, and that's not gonna be fun. So it'll be in the description here. There's a link, and I'm basically going to discuss what this leak is actually providing to us, what we're seeing here, and how it bases upon Stalingrad. And I'll talk about my radiation stuff, my radiation predictions, and how they may actually come true based on the actual perk as well, which is very interesting. But let's talk about the actual scenery. Now, he's using the HVK. You have the same HUD as the Giant, Zetsuma no Shima, and Horizon Rock, and all of that. Basically, like the same Origins characters, Black Ops 3 HUD. Again, you have the HVK. You have sort of this floral typed wall, and you have a doorway to the left, and you can't really see. There's like a chair, sort of this padding. There's nothing really else in that doorway. It looks like another room, and then to the right you have this broken window, and then you just have something leaning against the window. So again, it's a very flat image. It's basically the guy, he's basically up against the perk, and he's just looking at the wall, like up against. You can't really see a huge part of the room, but it definitely looks like some sort of older styled, like floral wallpaper on the wall type room, if you guys can sort of picture that. It definitely looks really insane. Maybe I'll put some sort of wallpaper on, but you guys know, like a floral sort of wallpaper. And then you see right in the middle of the wall next to the doorway this perk, and this perk here is Radiation Rum, and it has similar to stamina. Stamina, but it's a bit like skinnier. It has a different sort of front. It has a huge circle and a different front. Again, if you look in the description, you can just check out the image there if you want to check it out, and then come back to the video or do it after or whatnot. It looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like a pretty cool perk. I can't really make out the color because it's sort of blurry. It's a really nice image, but it's sort of blurry at the same time. So it could be in here. It looks like it's blue, like light blue, and then white to some extent, like an off-white and light blue, and that would be pretty interesting. Almost like a variation of Quick Revive. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the coloring here. It's different. You never know. But going back to the actual building, that's basically what we have within the leaked image. Now, again, Stalingrad, if you think about the Battle of Stalingrad, you have tons and tons of buildings, broken down buildings. Definitely here's a broken down building, the broken windows, all this insane stuff in the room. Old style room, 1940s, definitely a Russian sort of thing here. It looks definitely like it could be in Russia. It could just be a sort of this industrialized map where Stalingrad for DLC 3, you're going to be going in and out of these different little homes, these different rundown huge buildings, and potentially some sort of radioactive facility broken down. Now, if you guys have seen any of my streams, any of my DLC 3 preparation streams where we talk about all the features coming to DLC 3, all of this insane stuff, and I've really talked about a huge point of Stalingrad, and if you look at images of Stalingrad, Stalingrad is a industrialized Russian city. Like back then in the 1940s, they wanted to industrialize their city. That was Russia's main goal, and Stalingrad was like Stalin's sort of main, just his own city. No, it's named after him also. That was his last city that he really wanted to protect because he wanted to industrialize it and all of that insane stuff. And if you think about any other sort of factory industrialized place, you think of the Giant. And the Giant's already a factory, and so we're not going to see another factory. So for DLC 3, we were saying, okay, you know what? What's another sort of factory that would be sick that's never been done for zombies in general, Call of Duty zombies, like overall? A radioactive factory, or, you know, commonly known as like radioactive facility, a nuclear facility, a nuclear power plant, or, you know, one of the three. They're all basically intertwined together, and that would be DLC 3. Now, whether or not the actual map is a nuclear facility and a radioactive facility, whatever, we're not so sure. But there definitely is some sort of tie to radiation, like we've been saying, within the streams because of this perk. Now, talking about the perk again. Now, I don't know whether or not, like I said, I'm gonna say I predicted this, but I didn't predict it to be a perk. Like, I knew there was gonna be some sort of radiation thing within the game, and I think a lot of you guys can vouch me in the comments. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you heard me talk about this. It's been so much. I just can't believe I'm looking at this now. But how would it be consumed as a perk? Now, it wouldn't make sense for it to be a perk, because obviously the radioactive waste would be on the map, so the perk could just be there and could be supplied with the radioactive waste on the map. So that all makes sense. But what the perk would actually do, that's what I'm trying to think. First of all, what the perk would actually do, and then why there's a perk, because we finally have a perk, potentially at least. We're not so sure. But DLC 1, DLC 2, nothing new. I would say, I guess, Electric Cherry, but it's not, no really, like, new Black Ops 3 created perks. The only new perk we got was Widow's Wine, and the fact that we actually have this is sort of remarkable. And even if it's a remarkable perk, like, okay, we've never seen a new perk up until now in DLC 3, but even at that, what is this perk going to do? What other abilities do we actually need within the zombies that we don't already have now? Radiation rum. What I'm trying to think, I think it's pretty logical. If you think about radiation, think about like rays of radiation. I'm thinking if you get this, you sort of have this maybe orange glow around your character, and it almost acts as if like a jug to some extent. So where you're walking, and when you're training zombies and the zombies come near you, they sort of just like melt to some extent, or they get weakened. So instead of like Widow's Wine, where basically if you have those Widow's Wine grenades, remember you guys, you need to have the Widow's Wine grenades. If you get hit, you can just like freeze all of them. I think with this, you have constant radioactive waves, so when the zombies come near you, they slowly weaken in health. So the zombies coming at you, if they're hitting behind you and you turn around, you can kill them a lot faster because you have the perk on. But like, it's only a range of like 2 or 1 zombie behind you. Like, if you can't kill a whole train with this, you can't kill any zombies with this. It would basically weaken the zombies surrounding you. So when zombies come close to you, you can turn around and kill them a lot faster than if you didn't have the perk with the radiation waves coming off of you as the character. That's the only thing I can really think of. It seems like that would be a pretty cool balanced perk. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty interesting idea I had, but anything else, I mean, I think anything else would be too OP and just, it wouldn't really make sense. I know this is similar to Widow's Wine, but this would just be, like I said, slowly just weakening the guys behind you, or just are in your vicinity, in your really small vicinity. So if they're attacking you and you need one last chance, or they're hitting you, you can just turn around and kill them basically 50% faster than before. So that's basically the perk. Again, radiation, I just can't believe I saw this image like 10 minutes ago. I was just like, no way, radiation, dude. I actually got sort of hyped. So I was like, this is the first time I actually sort of predicted something within zombies. Like, I've predicted stuff before, but it was like based on the leaks. But like this, I actually like, oh, it's crazy. But anyway, this is the image, guys. I think it's pretty interesting. You never know. I'll leave a link to the Twitter. I'll try to get the Twitter to the original guy that was sending this image out to YouTubers, and we'll try to figure out what the deal is with it. I'm just glad we have something to talk, because honestly, like, all this trailer stuff, I mean, the trailer, I guess, is gonna be Tuesday, and maybe we'll figure out on Tuesday if this is actually real, but I think it's real. I think usually before the trailers, if you guys have ever seen, before the trailers release, we always get some sort of leaked image. Zatsuma no Shima, we got leaked image. The Rise of Dragon, we got a leaked image. Shadows of Evil, the Giant, we've always gotten these leaked images, and I think this could be the leaked image that we've been waiting for DLC 3. It's just so freaking cool. Stalingrad is going to be a pretty interesting, insane map. It really is going to be some sort of like just World War II true zombie, almost like Nazi shooter game mode again map. And it's going to be, you know, Germany versus Russia in the background with World War II, the Battle of Stalingrad. You're going to have Nikolai being the center point. I honestly am really hyped for this map, and I was hyped for Zetsumashima. It is a pretty cool map in concept, but the map itself was just executed so poorly. But in concept, an island map is pretty sick. I really was looking forward to that, but they didn't really execute it correctly. It's just too much stuff to do, too weird to navigate the map, too many doors to open up in the bunker. It's just not too good. I think this map honestly does have the potential to look really insane. And just by the look of this room, like, think about being in this like sort of abandoned home, like this Russian home with all this floral pattern on the wall. Like, I think that's so sick. I don't know, I just have this feeling, and this like wooden sort of board on the ground, and just broke out. Man, I don't know, dude. I'm just thinking about this. The more I think about this, it's just so crazy. So hopefully we get the trailer soon. Hopefully we get to see it and actually get hyped and actually look at some gameplay and really see like, oh, this is what we want. This is what we want. Again, I guess we've seen the themes of city maps sort of with Shadows of Evil. And Shadows of Evil was sort of like a classic, like sort of upbeat city, really. To be honest, the Giant, a pretty cool factory, but we've already played Duris 10 times over, so it's not really as hype. Draznarka Castles or Tsumashima Island, so those are pretty specific locations there. But this, another sort of city, another take on the city, but it could be a lot different than we're expecting. I think people, I haven't really seen anyone say this, but it could be sort of a city-like location, but I think they're going to interpret this in a whole different way, definitely completely different with Shadows of Evil. This is going to be really, really cool. This is going to be real, like, gritty, like, just, oh my, it's going to be so sick, dude. I really can't wait. So hopefully this comes, hopefully we get Radiation Rum, hopefully we finally get a new perk within zombies. Obviously we haven't seen anything. I thought gumballs were completely replacing perks. I know Mad Guy said that, and I've been rolling with that too, because it does make sense that, you know, they want people to buy gumballs. And that's the only reason why I think this is fake. The only real reason why I think this is fake is because there's a perk. And you would think, you know what, they haven't done a perk since, you know, Black Ops 3, not just Shadows of Evil, the base map. DLC 1, DLC 2, they completely skipped perks. And back in Black Ops 2, they had Who's Who, and then Electric Cherry for DLC 1, DLC 2. We already had 2 new perks during Black Ops 2. So with this, unless they're going to do the 2 perks later, or 3 perks later, and they're going to, like, bombard us with perks later in the game, like, that's possible. But it just doesn't seem like Treyarch. It doesn't seem like Black Ops 3 Treyarch, for that matter, to give us new perks, because it just looks like they're not going to do it. It looks like they haven't done it. Just the only doubt I have. It's just, it seems random for them just to randomly add it at DLC 3. Again, maybe they just want to do it later, and they have their own reasons for random stuff, but I don't know. That's the only doubt I have. But other than that, a really cool image. Definitely represents Stalingrad, at least inside one of the abandoned houses or buildings, and it looks pretty cool. It's not just some random image. It actually looks like a map image. So we'll have to see. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And let me know what you think about this image in the comment section below, and what do you think about Stalingrad in general? Like, what do you think about this map? I think it's gonna be insane. I don't know. I have high hopes, man. I don't want to get too hyped again, because Tsunoshima just wasn't my map, but hopefully this comes back. It's really cool. You got dragons, you got a ton of cool stuff. You got the Ascension group, potentially Gersh device, Thunder Gun. It's gonna be crazy. So let me know what you guys think about that. What features do you want? All of that insane stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. And also, if you're watching at the end of this video, actually, this is a long video. So if you're watching at the end of this video, put rum in the comment section below to just get hyped up for the perk, and so I can see the accounts that are watching the whole video. So put rum in the comment section so I can see you guys. And thank you guys for watching the whole video, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.